Hello my good friends, Derek Deschamps here for Exclusively PS with your PlayStation Weekly News. On this week's show, I'll talk about Activision's thoughts on the possibility of expanding the Crash Bandicoot series, as well as how Sony posted Xbox One X footage of BioWare's Anthem on their YouTube channel. I'll also talk about Destiny 2's new approach to post-release content, Lords of the Fallen 2's new change in direction, Mass Effect Andromeda's new multiplayer content, The Elder Scrolls Online's current ESO Plus Bonus Event, the upcoming Tim Burtonesque Last Day of June, the SpiderMan Homecoming virtual reality experience, as well as the newly announced pixel art psychological thriller The Long Reach. That's all coming up on the PlayStation Weekly News. If you picked up the new Crash Bandicoot n.sane trilogy this past week, it seems you are not alone, as the game debuted at number 1 in the UK sales charts for the week, making it the first Crash Bandicoot title in history to earn the top of the charts. The trilogy also had the year's biggest single-platform launch in the UK, beating out Horizon Zero Dawn, and the year's second biggest launch overall, trailing behind Ghost Recon Wildlands. The high sales numbers are good news for Crash Bandicoot fans, as Activision CEO Eric Hirshberg teased the possibility of a new entry in the series, stating that Activision is currently experimenting with the trilogy, trying to determine if there is just a vocal fan base or if it's emblematic of a larger audience. And so far they are seeing some real passion for the title, which he stated could lead to other things. It was a bit of an embarrassing week for Sony, as NeoGAF users discovered that the Anthem footage found on Sony's YouTube channel was actually captured from the Xbox One X, and was edited to overlay PlayStation button prompts over the top of the Xbox One X controls. Sony has since taken down the trailer, which may have inaccurately represented the look of the game on the PlayStation platform, as the Xbox One X is expected to outperform the PlayStation 4 Pro. Sony has not yet commented on the mistake, but Xbox marketing manager Aaron Greenberg jumped on the news, tweeting out a brief oops in response to the claims. It appears that Destiny fans can expect a greater stream of post-release content for Destiny 2, as Activision CEO Eric Hirshberg recently stated that he wasn't happy with the cadence of new content for the original Destiny, and he doesn't feel they kept up with the demand for new content. He then went on to say that one of the things you'll see post-launch of Destiny 2 is that they have additional AAA developers from inside the Activision ecosystem working with Bungie on Destiny content, including Vicarious Visions and High Moon, and that this will allow them to keep an even more robust pipeline of content in the ecosystem. Hirshberg also previously stated that they have put together what they believe is a very smart approach that will allow them to deliver that steady stream of great content to keep players engaged and to keep the Destiny universe alive and growing when it hits the PS4 on September 6, 2017. If you've been waiting for the release of Lords of the Fallen 2, it unfortunately may still be a ways off, as this past weekend director Thomas Gopp announced that the game's developer CI Games had let him go because of a reduction in team, in scope, in budget, and in business approach. He then went on to say that he's been working on the sequel for almost 2 years and has not yet seen it leave the concept vision stage. The change in direction for the title is most likely due to the developer's unexpected performance of their recently released Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. CI Games head Marek Tymiński has since stated that the market is really changing, that he doesn't see CI Games really being able to compete on the blockbuster level, and that Lords of the Fallen 2 is currently being worked on by a very small team. Some good news for Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer fans. A new Platinum difficulty mode was added to the game's Apex multiplayer this week, allowing players to earn greater rewards by taking on the toughest challenge Apex has faced to date in Platinum matches and missions. Apex missions have players take on time-limited weekly missions to earn valuable mission funds to spend on powerful equipment and items. The news follows recent reports that the Mass Effect series is currently on hiatus, with BioWare only leaving a small team on the series to work on Andromeda's multiplayer content and bug fixes. Mass Effect Andromeda's new Platinum level matches and missions join the existing Bronze, Silver, and Gold difficulty levels and are available now for free to all players. Bethesda announced this week that the Elder Scrolls Online ESO Plus Bonus Event is taking place from now until July 9th and will grant all ESO Plus subscribers a free Dwarven Crown crate for each day they log in. Bethesda has stated that the crates will contain amazing rewards with the chance to receive mounts, pets, costumes, consumables, and other in-game items. Although the crates are only available to paid ESO Plus subscribers, Bethesda is also offering non-subscribers a free trial of the ESO Plus service, giving all players access to other perks of the service, including the game's full library of DLC content with the exclusion of the recently released Morrowind expansion. The ESO Plus bonus event is currently taking place now and will be coming to an end at 8:59 p.m. Pacific Time on July 9th, 2017. Avasonico Games announced that their upcoming title Last Day of June will be making its way to the PS4 on August 31st, 2017. Last Day of June is a narrative-driven interactive adventure game that follows the story of Carl and June as it takes players back on a journey through the tragic last day of June's life. Players will relive June's last day by traveling back in time through her paintings in an attempt to change the results of a fateful and final drive home. The game is being designed by a unique blend of creators, including the critically acclaimed director of Murasaki Baby and Shadow of the Damned, Massimo Guarini, the award-winning musician and producer Steven Wilson from the band Porcupine Tree, as well as Jess Cope, who is best known for her animation on Tim Burton's Frankenweenie. Players will be required to solve fate-altering puzzles as they progress through a story filled with life-changing decisions and their unintentional consequences, when Last Day of June hits the PS4 on August 31st, 2017. Sony released a new SpiderMan Homecoming virtual reality experience for free on the PlayStation Store this week. The SpiderMan Homecoming virtual reality experience puts players in the role of Spider-Man, where they can learn to master different web types with the all-new Stark Industries upgraded web shooters. Players will be able to complete fast-paced targeting trials to master their technique before slinging high above the city in pursuit of Spider-Man's vicious winged enemy, the Vulture. The Spider-Man Homecoming virtual reality experience is based on the recently released Spider-Man Homecoming feature film and is available now for free on the PlayStation Store. Painted Black Games announced this week that their upcoming title The Long Reach will be making its way to both the PS4 and PS Vita. The Long Reach is a pixel art psychological thriller that takes place in the fictional American town of Bearvox at a scientific research facility where a revolutionary accelerated knowledge transferring system is being developed. Unfortunately, the technology they've created has malfunctioned, causing the town's people to be affected in a horrible way. Players will take the role of a junior researcher named Stuart, whose primary job is to survive as he fights to get the situation under control. Unfortunately, no release date has yet been announced for the title, but the developer has stated that they've nearly reached the end of the game's development cycle, and that The Long Reach will be hitting both the PS4 and PS Vita sometime this year. That's all your PlayStation news for this week. I'm here every Friday with a brand new episode. To stay up to date with all the latest in PlayStation, be sure to subscribe. I'm Derek Deschamps for Exclusively PS. Thanks for watching.